Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of 33 as Mexico. In previous episode we won our war against USA and the border shifted a bit further east. We took a total of 3 states. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get Oklahoma back in when the war started, but then of course they had the Cherokee uprising over here, which kind of removed that possibility. But anyway, right now we are still, well, we still need to increase our innovation quite a bit to catch up with the tech in certain areas. Our military is starting to be pretty decent though. At least right now it should be able to handle its adversaries, let's just say, quite easily. And once we get the automatic machine guns, it's going to be even better. I do actually wonder, how much is it going to be? I don't remember the exact numbers. Oh, and we've got some conscripts that need to be switched. So the machine gunners, it's 25 defense. Less provinces lost, kill rate goes up, and morale damage goes up. Of course, it's going to require a bit more guns and ammunition, but that's hardly the problem. With the guns, we've got probably more than plenty. Yeah, we've got a pretty good amount. Oh, we've got a lot of ironclads as well, so we could probably start increasing the fleet, actually. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Oh, and the French are still fighting here in Cuba. Right, let's have a look at some of these states. Okay, that one's got a decent bit of workers, so we'll increase the size of that, and we'll get a university in here to provide a bit more officers and all that. So how many? We started building 2 over there. Get another 2 over here. Get a university. And then I suppose we could get another naval base over here. So that should get us to at least 15 in this, except we probably, yeah, we got 10 over there, so 25 flotilla in here. So, you know, it's definitely a progress forward. Oh wow, there's 99 battalions versus 17 Cuban battalions. Alright then. And I think since we've still got quite a bit of, well, the investment pool is actually going down a little bit, but we could still probably increase the construction speed further. I mean, we've got the construction sector in Montana now underway. Oh, right, there's so much turmoil that it's going to take a while. Is that getting any better? I mean, there's no infrastructure in here, so there's probably not a lot of work available in here. Other than the barracks. I mean, there is a lot of peasants available, but of course, turmoil, I'm sure that it will start getting better once the standard of living increases. I mean, right now it's just, well, I suppose it could be worse. It's not good either, but it could be worse. We probably need a bit more steel production. Well, I don't suppose there's a lot of work. No, oil discovered in California. Alright then. Yeah, we're gonna have 29 oil rigs there. I don't think we need all that many, although one of the things that I could do is I could start export some oil, maybe, because no doubt we got a decent bit of production. We can always produce more. So let's see, oil, export to the French or the British. So as the French will do, that will be at least slightly higher throughput there. Did we have the administration? Oh yeah, government administration is over there. It's not going to take too long. A lot of these buildings are going to be done fairly quickly. Oh, and there's some of the coffee plantations now being done. So we've still got quite a bit of demand in here. You know what? At this stage, I'm going to start... I know that we don't have the bureaucracy really for that, but I'm going to start importing some coffee. Not coffee, tea, sorry. And we'll import that from the Brazilian market. We've got a construction speed of over 200 per... Oh, right, we are actually losing a bit of money right now, but that's because there's buildings that aren't covered by the investment pool. What about machine guns unlocked and philosophical pragmatism unlocked? Good. After that, we've got the wargaming. So let's go ahead and put in the machine guns in here. And all of these barracks. So I suppose it's not going to be showing the troop quality correctly quite yet, because we just switched the stuff. It's one of the secondary equipment adjustment though, so it's not going to be quite as bad. But technically speaking, it should be well over 100 by now. That may have increased the military goods cost, yeah, a little bit. How's the munitions plant actually? Explosives are quite expensive. We are getting more chemical plants, but that is still going to take a while before it's fully profitable. And we've got the chemical plants over here, we can't do too much about it. Like, there's just not enough pops in there. The standard of living seems to be mostly fine. I suppose one of the things that I could do, I'm just going to go ahead and build some chemical plants somewhere else. So let's have a look at earnings. It says Louisiana would be the highest, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. We already got 2 in there. You know what? Colorado, construction efficiency is pretty bad in there. I'm going to get 1 level in there regardless. So there's there's quite a bit of turmoil in there. But if we can start increasing... oh, wow, yes, the standard of living is fairly decent. Oh, Russia's damaging relations. Alright, we are improving relations with French Republic at least. And Prussia and... hold on a minute, who is Prussia? Wait a minute. Oh, right, no, they're not supporting, they're just on the fence. But they are planning on invading Bremen. Which doesn't surprise me, to be fair. But at least we got a pretty good legitimacy, so the radicals are going down. Oh, Russia declared rivalry. Well, in that case, we'll stop improving relations. Russia, who are you allied to? You got alliance with Scandinavia. One of the things that I do wonder, though, is Russia. How good is your troops? You got barracks, you got skirmish infantry, extractable artillery. So they've got worse troops than we do. So if need be, we can probably conquer Alaska from them. So you know what, yeah, Russia, you can play that game. How about thee? We've still got quite a bit of infamy, to be fair, so if we do have a war against them, we'll just go for Alaska. I'm not going to go for any further than that. Our primary focus should be America anyway, or North America for the time being. But we are now number 5 in the Great Powers list. I do recall that America used to be at that rank, but now it's number 6. So we have surpassed them in prestige. Although the difference isn't very large, but at the same time our GDP is a lot higher. We got an extra 50% almost on them. Or around, oh wow, yeah, the GDP is bouncing widely. I'm about to get some more chemical plants and some more class works as well. Arts Academy in Rio Grande. So overall, we've got quite a bit of buildings being done, especially the coal mines will be done soon, and at that point I think we could... let's actually have a look at the... so over here we don't have too much pops, over here we've got a lot. It's going to go through some of the industrial areas that we are using right now, in case there is some reduction on the worker use that I could perhaps do. I don't think there's too much that I can do. One of the things that I could maybe put is some... you know what, since we got such a massive... well, we don't have a lot of extra coal actually, so never mind, we do need the coal mines. Time to get the 2 universities now. So we are losing a bit of cash. We got some gold reserves though, so I'm not too worried about this. And again, we are on low taxes, so if need be, we can just increase the taxes and be completely fine, or reduce some of the fundings in here. Now, our goods for military buildings are quite expensive. Mainly the ammunition. And, well, small arms and opium and tools as well. But the ammunition is the big one there. So we should probably get another munitions plant. Of course, for that, it's the explosives that is the big problem. We could put maybe the rotary engine in here. Not necessarily something that we need too badly right now, but the coal price is going to go down fairly shortly. So that should be fine. And then we could have a bit more workers in here on maybe on the chemical plant duty. Speaking of which, okay, the coal is actually a bit of expenditure for the chemical production itself. So that is definitely something that we do want to increase. So we've got 125.5 innovation now. We could still increase it by about 13. Now we did put in a few more universities to be built, but of course we got so many things under construction that it's going to take a while before we reach that. And we're getting some more rubber plantations, some more coal. How is the rubber price anyway? It's a little bit elevated, it's not too bad though. I suppose if we increase the production over here in Yucatan every now and then, that will be probably fine. Take a good, quick look at the various industries. Is there anything that we need to... oh, steel mills. Oh, we could go with the water tube boiler. It's going to increase laborers' employment in Louisiana, I believe. And at Mexico, it's going to reduce it. Oh, but that is going to increase the tool usage, but I suppose that's fine. We can just get another level or few for the tooling workshops here. So we're going to get it to 25 already. We've got fairly good throughput in here, admittedly. Oh, the workforce actually is getting pretty good. Oh, wow. These capitalists are opulent. That's pretty good standard of living, I dare say. At least for them. Maybe not for the actual workers in there, to be fair. So let's have a look at the journal entries. So Urbanize Mexico. Oh, we need to have urban center of level 5 or higher. That might not happen. Metropolitan Police. Law enforcement up to level 5. Not gonna happen necessarily. Expand the oil industry. Oh, actually, I can get that. Oil rigs, I'm going to subsidize these. It's going to cost us a little bit extra, but they can start hiring more people, which means that we'll have a lot more... You know, I'm going to put in the rail transportation there as well, to reduce the cost a little bit. In fact, I could probably do that on all of the various industries. Oh, and sugar plantations. We could probably put in the automated irrigation. It's going to increase the engine price, or we could go back to the basic production. It's going to reduce us a little bit of money, perhaps. It's going to employ more people. And the sugar price is going to go up a little bit. It's not too bad. But I do want to start using the rail transportation a bit more. Just for the heck of it. The cotton plantation, should we keep... I mean, if we put all of these into active, I suppose the fabric price would be basically nothing. Put the automatic irrigation there regardless. It's probably fine. And, oh right, yeah, we could use dynamite on the mines now. The explosive price is probably going to be fairly high for a little bit. At the same time, we can reduce a lot of the other goods prices here. And at this stage, the maize farms... I'm going to put in the steam power thresher machines there. So, same with the wheat farms, so we can put those in. So we definitely do need a lot more coal and tools. Because that is something that we are working towards. That's already level 11 going to level 12. I suppose that's another thing that I could start spreading out in a few places. Especially in locations that don't really have any productions yet. So, Wyoming, you're gonna get a tooling workshop. Just so, you know, get some sort of production going in places, and I think we can then let them start expanding as well. So, what's this then? Netherlands versus Dutch proletarian revolt. Okay. Wait a minute, what? I didn't realize that I'm... No, I'm leading in here. Right, I'm not actually in the war. And now I can't join anymore. Right, let's declare neutrality. I did not realize that. But that's fine. So now we're losing a bit more money, but that's, again, because a lot of this construction that we currently have ongoing is not supported by the investment pool, but a lot of these will be done fairly soon. And once those are sorted, then we'll start making a lot of money again. It's just the Montana construction office is going to be a bit of a problem. But that should be done, well, it's going to be done in 2 weeks. And by then, we'll probably have, well, we will have some of these barracks already done by then. So admittedly, our army size total is still relatively bigger, but at the same time, if we just plan on fighting USA, we should have more than enough troop quality. Although, I suppose they are no longer in bankruptcy. No, they are still bankrupt. But the modifiers are not quite as bad for them anymore. Right, explosive price is very, very high. I guess we'll just build a few more chemical plants over here in Jalisco, and then I suppose, is there any other areas that don't have any sort of production yet to speak of? New Mexico's got a little bit of coal mines. I could probably get a chemical plant there. And Arizona, well, we've got some gold mines there and some iron mines that are expanding. I'm guessing no, we don't need to increase infrastructures anyway, so that's good. And now we're making a ton of money again. We did have to take a bit of loans there, but again, there's not too much to worry about there. Not right now, anyway. Especially since we got the construction stuff done as well. Now we're using the investment pool 30,000 per week. It did go up to 7 million, admittedly, but it will probably go down soon enough. Although we got another 2 universities soon. That's going to get us to... Oh, right, that's the universities in Mexico itself. That's going to get us to around 131. And then I believe we had at least 1 or 2 more universities. Yeah, 2 more universities after that. So that should get us pretty close to the current max that we have. Our GDP is now 62 million. It's probably going to be going up quite a bit over time here. Well, now getting the maize farm. So how is the wine price? It's still relatively high, but it is at least slowly dropping. Groceries is another thing that we should probably build a lot more. We've got the factories over here. Should prepare to auto expand, to be fair. Just going to get a few levels for it. That will probably be better than nothing. There we go. We've got a nice bit of truce here. We've still got quite a bit of infamy. So I might just let this drop a bit further until we do another war against USA, and we can take as much land as possible from there without necessarily risking a... Oh, right, there's a lot of support for the National Militia, but I don't want to go for that one. They're not too radical though, so I guess we're fine. There's 2 agitators supporting it. Okay, can I maybe exile this one? Might get more radicals. But there we go, it's less than 100 support, at least for the national militia. Now, we still got, what, 3 years? Yeah, 3 years until that expires. We're getting, oh, right, yeah, we've got 3 of these government buildings in here. Well, 2 universities and government administration being done. We do have a lot of bureaucracy now, though, so I suppose one of the things that we could definitely do is start increasing the education further. And we could also probably do a bit more trade routes, or using more trade routes. We've got some unproductive trade routes for... How long have I been exporting these furniture? Okay, I guess those aren't very good exports. Let's have a look at the imports. So explosives, take something good. Ooh, the Sicilian market could be quite nice. Sure. It's going to take a lot of convoys. We've got a decent bit of convoys to spare right now. And then I suppose another thing could be steel from the French market, for example. Although there goes pretty much all of the convoys that we have. So I guess that calls for a little bit more ports to be built. Doesn't necessarily need to be too many of the ports, but you know, a few here and there. Just to get the convoys we need. So right now we're losing £51,000 per week. But there's the naval bases being built and the universities. So once those are all sorted, it's going to be a lot less to worry about. Although we've got a few more universities being built soon enough as well, so that might cost us a bit. Let's have a look at the... So engine price is still fairly high, but that is something that we can probably keep on reducing over time. We got a lot of chemical plants underway, although it's probably going to take a while before most of them get built. Well, the one in Colorado is going to be soon started. Especially with these, well, these 3 buildings being done pretty much now, and then we'll get another few buildings done soon. So the chemical plant has already started working. I mean, it's going to take a while still before it's done. Especially since it's Colorado, it's going to take a fair bit of time because we got actually quite a bit of turmoil overall. Actually, that's one of the things that I could try passing is... oh, we got no social security laws that have support right now. Never mind. I guess we won't do that then. Oh, there we go, reinforced concrete. So that should increase the construction speed a bit further, or... I suppose technically speaking, what it does is the construction efficiency, or... No, it does increase the total construction, never mind. But still, that is good news for us, because that means that we can use up our investment pool even faster. Using about £43,000 per week from it. It's still about 7 million, so it's not too bad, all things considered. We're already at 132 innovation. And I believe we've got at least 2 more being built. Yeah, we do. These are the 2 in Central America that we started building. So once those are done, that's... yeah, that... Construction speed is climbing up quite a bit now, but of course that's going to increase the GDP a lot faster. Oh, Armenians are moving to Texas. Texas is just getting everyone right now. Let's put in the coal mines to be auto-expanding there as well. And I suppose at this stage it might be time to get some industries in here. I'm going to get some... So we've got sulfur and coal in here. We've got a few options already that we could maybe start building in here. Let's have a look. What do we need the most? Explosive steel. I'm going to get a steel mill in here. I know we've got one in Louisiana already, but I think it's still going to be worthwhile. Of course, I'm not going to put it to the top of the list. We've got so many things in the production queue or construction queue that most of them will be done in due time anyway. I don't think I need to worry about it too much. There's just slight delays here and there, but there we go. Now we're making a bit of money again. But that is to say we've got still the low taxes to keep the legitimacy high. I could technically speaking increase the taxes further right now to get a lot more money, pay off the debt a bit faster, and then maybe get a little bit of cash reserves, as it were. But there we go. I have a feeling that GDP is going to be skyrocketing soon enough. And the standard of living is already 13.5, so that is also going up slowly. Of course, there's a lot of areas that we haven't really built too many stuff in there yet, so the total values are going to be a little bit off. I'm going to build a few more wheat farms in Oregon, because we've got a lot of pops in there, and that's going to allow us to get a lot more wine, which admittedly is a nice luxury item to have. Now we're getting £60,000 per week. Alright then. So we could potentially increase the construction speed a bit further. For example, let's get another construction sector in Oregon. That shouldn't take too long, right? Yeah, no, it's just a matter of weeks. Another sulfur mine will be done soon, and I have a feeling that also I'm going to get some glassworks over here in California. I'm going to put both the steel mill and the glassworks to be auto-expanding. Because we definitely need a lot of steel and glass. And, of course, porcelain is quite a nice addition to that. So, after the wargaming, I think it's time to go for some... oh, we're getting the steel railway cars. But that as one of the things to do. And then I suppose that's all the tier 3 stuff there. What about the society? We're getting the camera. Ooh, that's actually quite nice. That's going to increase the arts that we can do. Civilizing mission would allow us to get a Panama Canal, so I'm going to do that one finally. Professional practices. Trade unions do like us quite a bit, so they could probably... We could afford spending £17,000 per week for 5 years. But that increases the standard of living for lower middle strata quite a bit, so... And that's mostly, I believe, in our capital. But still, that is going to be a bit of an increase there. Standard of living average now is almost 16 over here. Oh, infrastructure use is pretty high though, so I guess that means another railway. Thanks be, we can afford to drop a tiny bit, but at the same time, you know, if we can keep it up to date. Oh, English people have begun to migrate from Great Britain to Texas. Why are the English moving away from Britain? Alright then. Well, Texas is getting all of them, I guess. Well, all sorts of people. If we have a look at the population, so Mexicans are the biggest culture in here. The Dixies, Comanches. We have a bit of a large list there. So there's Ugrians, Afro-American, Oghams, Finnish, North Andean, Armenian, Romanian, Central American, Apache, Circassians, Caddoans, English, and Yankees. Right. So that's quite a selection of people there, let's just say. There's also... More than half of them are still peasants. I mean, to be fair, yeah, we've got a lot of peasants in there. We could probably increase the... Ooh, actually. Let's look at the... Ooh. Right, we don't have any generals from Mexico right now, so let's recruit a new general there. Oh, supply consumption, that's not great. We go with the ambitious cocaine addict. And then Central America is going to get one as well. Imperial's mountain combat expert would be quite useful. Or Pious traditional commander, that's extra command capacity. Guess we'll go for that one. So the one in Mexico could definitely be upgraded to level 3. So let's have a look. It's this one. Promote you twice. There we go. So that's a decent army to utilize. We are still about 3 years away from being able to declare war on USA. Oh, but there we go. Camera. Let's go ahead and activate the better art production. That's going to increase the tool usage a little bit further, which, damn, we need a lot of tools. Also get a bit more fine art produced. Put in these to automatically expand at this stage, I suppose. I'm guessing the coal price... Okay, tool is something that we need still a lot, so that is something that perhaps... We did get one tooling workshop here somewhere, right? It's underway in Wyoming, at least. We could probably get a tooling workshop in Nevada. We'll start spreading the stuff around now a little bit, just to be able to provide at least some sort of basic standard of living at all states. Hey, expand the oil industry completed. Booming oil industry. Combustion engine. Oh yeah, I like that. So, how much do we need for the combustion engine? Still quite a bit. I suppose that should be probably the one after the civilizing mission. So yeah, that's gonna keep our research quite busy for the time being. We could still, technically speaking, have one more university worth of innovation be produced. So maybe that's something that we should do in... We'll do that in California, I think. We've got quite a bit of various productions in here already. We could definitely increase it further, and our construction speed, I mean... Okay, the investment pool is down to 5.5 million. That is going down fairly rapidly. But I have a feeling that once we increase the GDP further and further, which is already number 7 worldwide. Actually, have a look at the ledger real quick. So, GDP. We are... Oh, wow, our GDP is higher than Great Britain's. Austro-Hungary does have a decent bit higher than what we have. But, like, even Great Jing only has about 3 times what we have. The French have twice what we have, and that's the biggest non-Chinese nation. Speaking of China, though, how is it looking like? I don't think there's been too much happening in there. Looks like there's a bit of revolution in India right now. And looks like Great Britain has been colonizing a lot of the eastern half of Africa here. And France has been colonizing a lot of the western half. Oh, Scandinavia even has a colony in here. Oh. And then does... Oh, Mecklenburg is a part of the American market. Oh, but Bremen did get conquered by Prussia. In the meanwhile, we're getting some more paper mills back at home, which, to be fair, how bad is the paper price? We do need a bit more transport by the looks of it as well, but once we get the steel carriages for the trains, that is going to increase the transport production drastically anyway, so I don't think I need to worry about it too much. The engine production is still, well, it could definitely be a bit higher. Small arms seems like it could use a bit of boost as well. So where do we have the arms industry? Was it in our capital? It is in our capital. Oh, and let's subsidize this so we can... Right. Well, if we subsidize this, it's going to cost us a bit of money. But at the same time, I have a feeling that that means that the small arms price is going to be slightly lowered. And thus the actual expenditure for our military goods is going to go down. Because we need to pay for it anyway, so... Might as well just pay at the production side of things. And that, of course, means a bit more employment overall. So it's definitely not too bad. We've got one railway underway. I think we're going to get a second one just in case. And the construction queue is currently 82 weeks, according to this. It might be switching around every now and then, to be fair. But there we go. Now we're getting a lot of the tooling workshops done. And some chemical plants. So I suppose the explosive price should be... Yeah, it is dropping now. Groceries are fairly high price, so that's something that I should probably go ahead and... Well, we've got 4 underway already. They just haven't gotten around to complete those yet. They have started building them, though. And education is now level 4. We do have a literary rate about 60% almost. Well, 59.3, but it's getting up there. So I have a feeling that we'll probably be able to get at least to somewhere around 70 to 80% by the end of the game. Or by the time that we end the game. A lot depends on how badly the game will start lagging once we get to, like, I don't know, 1920s or something like that. Hopefully not too bad, but we'll see. So our influence is pretty decent. Our infamy is dropping. I'm still, like, technically speaking, I could do a bit of wars in here, for example, Haiti, or try to vassalize Colombia again. Although, is there a... I could bankroll them, but I don't know if that's going to help anything. I was just thinking about inviting them to customs union. They do not want to do that yet. We've got some ideological differences between our governments, and we are a bit infamous. So yeah, we won't be able to get those to join. What about Venezuela? We're not adjacent with our markets, so that causes some problems there. Peru, Bolivia, I don't think I can change you. No, I can't. Okay, so there's probably not too much. I mean, if I had been paying a lot more attention to the diplomatic game and all that, then we probably could have a decent bit larger market. But of course, at the same time, oh, right, we're supporting Ecuador against the USA, and the USA is wanting to conquer my lands. All right then. How many times do we need to teach you this lesson, old man? Unfortunately, before we actually even, well, I suppose I can't even add in any war goals first of all. But before we get through this, or get into the war, we are going to have to do that in the next episode. But if you did enjoy this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.